the sun, the heat will take us higher, higher. Don't you know you're radiant like the sun? We can feel your fire, fire. Don't you know you're radiant like the sun? The heat will take us higher, higher. You're radiant. Oh, 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 oh. You're radiant. Oh, 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 oh. You're radiant. The heat will take us higher.
Good morning, Birmingham. Today is Tuesday, February 28th. The time is now 9:32. I call to order the regular meeting of the Birmingham City Council. This morning's invocation will be led by Pastor Michael K. Moore of Faith Chapel, and our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Councilor Carol Clark. If you're willing and able, please stand and join us. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam President,
Good morning.
Councilor Moore, and the entire council. I want to thank you first for this opportunity. Let us pray at this time. Heavenly Father, we begin this meeting, we begin this day thanking you. God, I thank you for life, health, and strength in our mind, our bodies, and our spirits. God, we thank you for this opportunity that you've given us today to do good. I thank you for this city. I thank you for its leaders. I thank you for Mayor Whitford. I thank you for this council. God, I ask that you continue to abundantly provide all that they need to do what you called them to do. I pray for an abundance of willing and skillful workers across every department and team in the city. God, I pray for an abundance, a continued abundance of collaboration and unity, not only on a local level, but across our state and across this nation. God, I thank you for an abundance of finances, an abundance of favor to meet the needs and the tasks that you called this leadership team to. God, we thank you that you continue to protect them. I ask that you give them peace, not only today, but in the weeks, the months, and the years ahead. God, we thank you for all of these things. We ask them now in your Son, Jesus' name, that we pray and give thanks. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pastor Moore, for that very wonderful prayer. Thank you, Councilor Clark. Mr. Clerk, if you will call the roll.
Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Abbott. Councilmember Clark. Councilmember Moore.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Councilmember O'Quinn. Good morning. Councilmember Tate. Councilmember Williams. Good morning. Councilmember Woods. Council Pro Tem Smitherman. Good morning. Council President Alexander.
Good morning, President. Thank you. Councilors, we have minutes are ready for approval from the previous meetings of October 4th, October 11th, October 18th, and October 25th, 2022. Can I have a motion and a second for approval of those minutes?
I move. Second.
Right about now. Councilmember Abbott. Thank you. And President Alexander.
I vote yes.
Thank you. That vote should be up.
All right, thank you. Those minutes pass. The minutes are not ready from November 1st, 2022 through February 21st, 2023. Good morning, Chief. We have communications from the mayor this morning. Our joint chief. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam President, Madam Pro Tem, members of the council, and members of the public. We do have a few announcements. The mayor will be joining us this morning. So this week is the Final Four for the Alabama High School Athletic Association State Basketball Championship. And we have two of our superior Birmingham City school teams that play on tomorrow, March the 1st. The 6A Huffman Viking girls will play against Hillcrest Tuscaloosa at noon. And then the 5A Ramsey Rams boys will battle Charles Henderson at 4:30 p.m. Both games will take place at the BJCC. For more info, please go to ahsaa.com. And we want to encourage all of our citizens, regardless of your alma mater or your preferred school, please support our 2 Birmingham City School teams tomorrow. Birmingham will once again host the HBCU Spring Coming Festival March the 17th through 19th, 2023. People from across the country will come to our city for this annual week-long fest that celebrates the HBCU experience through events, scholarships, panels, and service activities. For additional information and to register, visit hbcuspringcoming.com. Birmingham residents who need assistance with their rent and utilities, please reach out to the Community Development Department. We have rental assistance available. Help is available for qualified applicants. You can go to birminghamal.gov/rent help or call 205-254-2309. Couple more notes, Madam President. The City of Birmingham will continue to keep residents informed about bulk trash pickup with our daily updates online. Feel free to visit birminghamal.gov/bulk trash. Also, Madam President, as a reminder, for those residents that are already using the new carts, please be reminded that you should place them in front of your homes. Any household garbage that's placed on the ground, in alleys, or on the ground in front of your residence will not be picked up. You can receive more updates by going to birminghamal.gov/pickup, or you can text BHAM Ready to 888-777. And then finally, Madam President, as we continue to commemorate the 1963 Birmingham Civil and Human Rights Movement all year long, we're proud to announce that the City of Birmingham will unveil a different themed poster each month to honor the different people and acts of heroism that took place in our city. March is Women's History Month, and we certainly want to pay tribute to the courageous women of the Birmingham movement. You should have before you, Madam President and members of the council, a copy of this poster. We certainly want to acknowledge our heroines such as Miss Angela Davis and also heroines, the likes of Dr. Helen Shores Lee. We have many others. You can find this image online at birminghamal.gov/forging justice, and we will have free copies in City Hall. And we want to give a huge thank you to Ms. Shonda Temple, who's our senior project manager, and Mr. Ed Bowser, who serves as our deputy director of communications, for all of the work that they do on our Strong Her campaign. Madam President, members of the council, that concludes the mayor's report.
Thank you very much. I do want to make note of your announcement regarding the publication of the March 2023 bulk trash list. I know you have 2 versions. You have the full list that lists all of the neighborhoods, and then you have a version that lists them alphabetically. So I believe most of us have posted that on our individual council pages, but we do want to direct our residents to those bulk trash pickups. I want to thank Public Works. We had a lot of trash and as a result of dumping over in Roosevelt. So I do thank you all for making those sweeps in those neighborhoods. So thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, councilors, at this time, we're ready for consideration of the consent agenda. So, Mr. Clerk, if you'll read those items for us.
All right. Consent agenda starts on page 2 with item 2. Then we skip over to page 4. And we have items 3, 4, and 5 on consent. Page 5, we have item number 6 on consent. Page 6, items 7, 8, and 9 are on consent. Page 7, items 10 and 11 are on consent. Page 8, item number 12 is on consent. Page 9, we have items 13 and 14 on consent. Page 10, items 15 and 16 are on consent. Page 11, item number 17 is on consent. Page 12, item 18 is on consent. Page 13, we have items 19 and 20 on consent. Skip over to page 15, and we have items 21, 22, and 23 on consent. Page 16, we have items 24, 25, and 26 on consent. Page 17, item number 28 is on consent. Page 18, we have items 29, 30, and 31 on consent. Please note that on item number 29, second line, we're going to strike the words A, tax rebate, and add "and incentive agreement." So it would read city, comma, and incentive agreement. That's on the second line. Page 19, we have items 32, 33, 34, and 35 on consent. Page 20, items 36, 37, 38, and 39 are on consent. Please note on item number 39, the amount should change to $5,250. It's $5,250. Page 21, items 40, 41, 42, and 43 are on consent. Page 22, we have items 44, 45, 46, and 47 on consent. Page 23, items 48, 49, 50, and 51 are on consent. Page 24, items 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, and 58 are on consent. That concludes the consent agenda. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4 addendum items.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Clerk. We do have items 60, 61, 62, and 63. Those are addendum items, and the packet is before you. They were also emailed to us. At this time, councilors are entertained any items you'd like to pull or add. Councilor Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. Can we add items 60, 61, 62, and 63?
Council's request is to add items 60, 61, 62, and 63 to consent. Yes, Mrs. Abbott.
If somebody can tell us what the TBG stands for, TBG Southtown Senior and WF Southtown Family, I can't recall, but I'd like to before I consent them or vote to consent.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes, ma'am. We'll have Madam President Dontrell Foster to come up and please give that description, ma'am, if you don't mind.
I think I knew it one time, but it didn't stick.
Good morning, Ms. Foster. And the question is just on items 62 and 63, just clarification again of those loans are being proposed to TBG Southtown Senior LP and the WF Southtown Family LP. And if you could just tell us what those two entities are.
Yes, TBG is the Benoit Group for our senior for item 62. And under item 63, Southtown, that is our, sorry, Stephen Heidegger.
That's okay. Good morning. If you'll tell us who you are, sir.
My name is Stephen Heidinger. Been working for the Housing Authority. It stands for Weldon Field Family Development.
Just speaking to the mic.
My name is Stephen Heidinger. Been working for the Housing Authority for years, and the WF family, it stands for Weldon Field. We're doing the 6-unit family deal with these guys.
Okay. Does that give you enough information? I'm not sure.
Said Weldon Field.
Can you repeat it for
We don't have
us?
to add it if we don't need to.
The WF stands for Weldon Field Family. We're the developer, work with the Housing Authority on the 60-unit family deal.
Was that enough information to put this on consent, or would you like more?
But that's fine.
Is that
That's
okay?
fine. I couldn't remember. And I guess nobody else could either.
All right, thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Councilors, any other items?
So we adding 60.
So yes, sir, we're adding 60, 61, 62, and 63 to consent.
Madam President.
Councilor Clark, yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'd like to request that item 20 be removed from consent.
And is it to pull one item, or is it just for all of the items present?
It's for one item.
Okay, so if you'll just give us that number, I think it's 163.
Madam President, it's item 163.
So what we can do, we can keep this on consent, but we'll just move item number 163.
That's correct.
Okay?
Thank you.
Very much. So, Mr. Clerk, we're going to keep 20 on consent, but we are requesting to pull item 163. Thank you, Ms. Clark. Any other items, councilors? All right. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so requests. If so, such items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All items of permanent operation will be read. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. Councilors, if I could entertain a motion and a second
So moved.
for approval of the consent agenda. Sir, are you speaking to one of the items?
I am.
What item number?
Item number 23, sub 115.
Yes, sir. Do you have one of the items that you'd like for us to pull for consideration?
115. It's item number 23,
Okay.
subsection 115.
Councilors, it's item
Madam-
number 23.
Yep. Madam President, we request to remove parcel 115, and we have staff follow up with them.
What is your request, Chief?
Under item number 23, parcel 115, we'll request to have that removed.
All right,
and we'll
sir.
have staff follow with them.
Thank you. We're removing that item, and then we'll let you talk with the administration regarding that item.
All right,
But
thank you.
we're removing the consideration today from the consent agenda. Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Clerk, so that's item number 15. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Come on forward. Good morning. Your name? Yes, sir.
Excuse me, I think I may have missed,
That's okay. Go ahead.
but my property is under item 2163.
Yes, sir. 163. Yes, sir. We pulled that from consideration, so you'll be able to talk to administration regarding that. So we're going to approve this item for consent, but your item we're not considering at this time so that you can have more discussion about it.
Okay.
All right?
So, quick question, what's the next step? I'm sorry.
Someone will get in contact with you to talk about this piece of parcel.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, councilors, any other questions from the public as well?
Oh, second.
All right. Did you get the motion?
I got the motion, but I need to say who's second.
I second it.
I made that motion.
Oh, okay.
Williams and Smitherman.
Now,
Mr. Clerk, please note my abstention. Thank you.
do you
Yeah.
have a item, because they've had some contention about doing the whole thing for abstaining, do you have an item in particular?
Yes.
Because then we can just pull over and do it like that. Just so we won't have an issue. I've had an issue in the past with just one abstention on the whole unanimous consent because it's considered consent.
Well, I'd like to pull some items off of consent.
Okay.
Go ahead, Counselor.
Just so we won't have an issue.
It's items. How do we reconsider?
Oh, no, it's fine. We haven't taken a vote yet.
So it's open now for you just to give us the items?
61, 62, and 63.
61, 62, and 63. That's it? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Trying to prevent an email coming to me. All right.
All right, I
Just one
apologize.
second here. Got those off. All right, those are off. Yes. And we'll take them up like normal. So I still have the same motion, or you
Yeah.
want to change it? What we find?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
And we've noted those abstentions on those items.
We're gonna take them up directly.
We're going to go ahead and take them up?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
So let me, Williams and Pro Tem Smith. All right, voting should be open for the consent agenda with those items removed. Councilors Abbott, Clark. Just with those items removed. All right, thank you. That passes.
All right, thank you. The consent agenda has passed. If you're here for any items that were listed as consent, those have been approved. And we will continue with the rest of our agenda. Councilor Pro Tem.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Mr. Clerk,
Yes, ma'am.
let's call up the first item.
All right, first item, an ordinance to further amend the zoning district map of the city of Birmingham, case number ZAC 2022-17. to change zone district boundaries from R3 Single Family Residential District to Q I1 Qualified Light Industrial District 5 by Shannon S. Riley of Ambar. Applicant representing the owner Gateway for property located at 5201 Mercer Airport Highway and situated in the northwest quarter, Section 21 Township 17 South, Range 2 West, and the hearing of all reports.
Motion.
All right.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll turn it over to Councilor Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President Pro Tem. Mr. Gambrell, will you please read our case this morning?
Yes, ma'am. Tim Gambrell, I serve as the Chief Planner for the City of Birmingham, and this is the case ZAC 2022-17 in the Woodlawn neighborhood. The proposed use is a corporate office space, warehouse, and parking of commercial vehicles. The applicant will be using this space as a headquarters for Ambabar, an environmental waste management company. Also, there will be a warehouse for the storage of personal protective equipment, a multi-purpose space used for training and meetings, and dispatching. The remaining space will be either rented out for office spaces for tenants, or they will bring another entity there called One Stop Environmental Office Operations to this location. The subject property sits on 10.2 acres of land, currently zoned R3 Single Family District. Adjacent parcels to the north and west are zoned CB2 Contingency General Business District. To the south, west, and east, abutting parcels are also zoned R3 Single Family District. Part of this property is located within a special flood hazard area. The long-range land use plan identifies the property as C2 General Commercial District and open space. This general commercial district is designed to allow for areas serving a citywide or regional trade area, including shopping, entertainment centers that offer a range of retail and service establishments. The applicant is seeking I1 light manufacturing. The light manufacturing district is designed to allow for light manufacturing office uses potentially in a business park setting and typically near major transportation routes, including interstate, state highway, railroad spurs, airport facilities. Uses in this district include warehousing and distribution, urban agriculture, supporting uses such as minor retail and services. No residential uses are allowed in this district. The parking requirement for this site is 106 spaces based on the uses provided by the applicant. The site plan shows 74 parking spaces on site, therefore is a shortage of 32, and the applicant is aware they would have to go before the Zoning Board of Adjustment for a parking modification. Prior to any permits being issued, the city's landscape architect would like to confirm that the depth of the existing buffer and the current species within the buffer are compliant with the city's landscape ordinance requirements. The city's stormwater engineer has approved this project with all stormwater, floodplain, and soil erosion control ordinances. Soil erosion ordinances applying. Birmingham Department of Transportation did not have comments to add. The Woodlawn Neighborhood Association met in a regular scheduled meeting on November 14, 2022 to review the proposed project and voted to unanimously approve the request. The Zoning Advisory Committee met at its regular scheduled meeting on December 6, 2022 to review the proposed project and voted to recommend the request to the Planning and Zoning Committee. That vote was 5 to recommend and 1 to not recommend, and there was actually 1 abstention. They did include 3 Q conditions: no on-site storage of hazardous waste, no on-site storage of any vehicles or equipment used in the cleanup, transfer, or storage of hazardous waste, and any external modifications done to existing structures on the property must be presented to and approved by the city's Design Review Committee. The Planning and Zoning Committee met at a regular scheduled meeting on December 14, 2022 and voted to recommend the request, the rezoning request to the full council with the same Q conditions. And that concludes the report.
Thank you, Mr. Gambrell. I don't know whether anyone else noticed that our packets didn't have much information in them. We had 2 maps. So something's wrong with our system of getting information, I suppose, because normally we have the full write-up that you just read, and we didn't get it. We just have a couple of maps. So
that could be my fault because it was supposed to be on the agenda last month, and I did not have it on my calendar. So maybe it was written up last month, but
Yeah, well, it was, but it's good for us to have these things, for the meeting where the hearing actually happens. So that's just for the future. We just need to make sure that we get a full packet. But y'all can explain.
Hey, thank you for letting me come. I'm Shannon Riley with Ambipar, and the last time I was here was in 2008. I founded a company, One Stop Environmental, in the Woodlawn area in 1999, and in 2008 I worked with the city to purchase and renovate blighted property in the Woodlawn area, which was wonderful. It's given us an amazing corporate office for our One Stop Environmental here since that time, and we're still operating from there. In 2020, during the pandemic, I was able to sell my company to a company called Ambipar. They are the world's largest environmental management company. We're named the CEO of U.S. operations a year ago. And so in that process, I've been looking for a place to make our corporate headquarters for Ambipar here in the United States, and met my friends with Gateway and just found that treasure of a piece of property out by the airport. The reason I loved Woodlawn when I built One Stop Environmental was because of its access to the interstates and access to the airport. And it's a wonderful location because when you're in an industry like mine, we don't like traffic. We need to get to our clients as quickly as possible. So that's the same for this new location, although it's more of a corporate office. I still have that same mindset. I think it's we do everything for our client as fast as we can, as if everything's an emergency. But we need to build that corporate office for the United States. We have 900 employees here in the United States, and that's continue to grow as they acquire more companies, and we will be handling the management of all of our U.S. operations. So the entire accounting division, the payroll. This past year I did a huge sweeping of bringing all our benefits together and realized you always need one more HR person. We just finished pulling all our payroll into one huge payroll system, and we need more accountants. And so here in the Birmingham area, we'll be running the corporate management of all our operations here in the United States. And so that's what we want to use the property for. We'd like to be able to standardize equipment. So some of the warehouses out there we want to use to be able to purchase in bulk PPE and then ship it out to our different locations so that we're able to maximize dollars, standardize it across the U.S. so that as our guys go from one location to the other, working together, they know the equipment, they have the equipment with them. So like right now we have 40 guys up in Ohio, not on the train derailment, but on where the Keystone Pipeline spilled. And so we've been dealing with oil in the rivers. So we never know what part of the country our guys are going to be going to work, and we want to ensure that they have all the equipment that they need. But that is really the purpose that we want to use this property for. It's a beautiful property, a great campus feel, and we want to maintain that. And also, just part of me as a person, but my granddad started a company here in Birmingham in 1948, plastering, stucco, fireproofing company. We did a lot of work in this courthouse, and I laugh and say half the asbestos I take out of the city my granddad put in, because fireproofing is asbestos. But I am very much so in love with historical architecture, plaster, the bricks that are in that location. And so as we move forward with creating that corporate campus, we will definitely be taking care of that historic nature there and celebrate that as a part of Birmingham.
Well, good, thank you. I personally am happy to see the preservation of the site. Those buildings are wonderful. Can you tell us also about the parking issue?
Well, so we've worked with, I guess we went to planning and talked about it, and I think there's plenty of space for parking out there. That's just 75 spaces have been currently created. But I think as we designate the true use for some of these buildings, it's going to potentially decrease the parking that we need. So like one of the buildings, due to square footage, requires X parking spaces, but if we make it a warehouse, it becomes only 2 parking spaces. But that is something that we're aware of and are willing to do what it takes to make it be correct or adjust how the buildings are utilized so that we fit within our current parking spaces.
Okay. Well, if y'all would sit on the front row where we can call you back up again. This is a public hearing, so we need to hear from the public. This is a public hearing. Are there members of the public who are here to either get more information or to support or protest? Seeing no one, are there members of the council that would like to ask? Yes, Mr. Moore.
Thank you. Councilor Abbott. First of all, I just want to, say thank you to you all, because I think this is, a great addition, or we're glad to just be able to keep this company in the Woodlawn area. Also, I think everybody is excited about, being able to preserve these historic buildings that are in that area as well. We always want to make sure that we're reviving and bringing life to things that can be revived. I guess the question that I have is that I know that you said that this will be your corporate office, and this is where a lot of your corporate team will be housed. Are there any opportunities that you foresee for people to be hired on with the company as well, being here, being that your corporate office is here in the Woodlawn area?
Well, definitely. And one thing I did when I got my role was I worked with Rev Birmingham and did like an analysis of all the different cities that we were looking at, and I was already biased towards Birmingham, but I was quite excited and impressed that I could go back to my board and show the labor market and just how many opportunities we have here in Birmingham for our workforce. But yes, definitely. I fully intend to hire the people from here, and because I also we'll bring people in from outside, but I don't want to share too many of our secrets to the outside world. But yeah, no, there's a lot of growth opportunities there. I've put on our strategy for this next year of hiring in about 25 people to that location. Of course, I have to get it all approved by the board, but I feel that when we're finished growing and building out, we'll be upwards of about 50 people that are in our corporate offices helping run Ambipar.
Okay, thank you.
Councilor Williams?
Shannon, do you mind passing out the
Yeah.
packet you spoke of so we can look at it?
Let me keep one so I know what you're asking. It's mainly maps and pictures of the structures out there at the site.
Yeah, Dr. O'Quinn's going to ask a question while those are being passed out.
I'm just curious, so are you planning to maintain your current location in Woodlawn?
Yeah, that'll be the operations of that business of One Stop. So we've acquired 14 different businesses about the size of One Stop, and they all still have operational bases. And with the location and the zoning request, we're not moving all of our operations to that location. The only time trucks will be on that property is, I don't know if y'all seen them, they're beautiful, bright yellow. You definitely notice our trucks going down, but every truck has to be fully wrapped. And so as we purchase in trucks, they'll be getting wrapped and then sent to their location unless they go directly to the proper location. But we've worked with Utility Trailer here in town, and we have pretty much a national contract for them going to every location or every truck coming through here to get wrapped.
Councilor Williams, did you have questions, or did you just want to see the pictures?
I really wanted to see what Shannon brought today, that's all.
If y'all have never been out there, I really do like the structures out there. It's a pretty special place. Always going to the airport, I'm like, let's back over there. And then when I got to see it, I was kind of excited.
And I see you can play basketball on your lunch hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to. My husband has been very involved with the Woodlawn track team. Our family's track junkies, and so he works with 800-meter runners, and was actually quite impressed 3 years ago. He got a team to qualify for state, and he worked with Talia to get her a scholarship to, I think it's Meridian Junior College in Mississippi. But one thing we wanted to do at that gym was work with the youth in the area. He's always been prone to that, and we have found through our children that part of your resume when you're looking at furthering your career is your academic and is your athletic capabilities. My youngest just signed a great track scholarship. She's smart, but she also has track, and so using that and helping these young kids recognize that their athletic capabilities is something that's a tool in their toolbox to help them get to where they want to go in the future. And this gives him a great space to do that. I don't know how long it'll take us to get it all put together, but that's one thing we found is amazing about that gym space.
Anyone else? Councilor Clark.
I remember when you started your company.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
It's been onward and upward ever since. So that's it. Just wanted to congratulate you.
It's amazing how fast time flies.
One other question. What happened to Gateway? I mean, wasn't this a youth center
Russell
for...
answered that question.
I mean, I remember at one time it was an orphanage, wasn't it?
Correct. I mean, Gateway hasn't gone anywhere. We're still around. It's just they no longer are running that kind of facility, and therefore they don't have a need as far as their mission. They don't have a need for that property anymore, and so they would, like to convert that to funds that they can use to further their mission.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm excited.
One other thing that's interesting, that's totally irrelevant but kind of cool. One of my employees came through the Gateway program, who's one of our managers, and that's one thing I love about our industry, is that primarily hard work and field knowledge are what gets you promoted up through our industry. And he's like, you took somebody like me who really had a rough childhood, put faith in me, and now he's one of my leading managers. But when we went out to look at the property, he was like, I've been here. So that's kind of cool.
It is cool. Well, if there's nothing else from any council members, no other questions, and we have no members of the public, then we're ready to vote, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilors, at this time, you don't have any questions. We're ready to vote. Mr. Clerk. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It is nice.
Thank you very much. Item number 1 passes. Next item.
Going to 27. It's on page 17, an ordinance approving and authorizing the mayor to execute for as the act of said city the following documents. 1, a termination of the redevelopment agreement, under which a redevelopment agreement with the Alabama Trust for Historic Preservation dated July the 19th, 2011, concerning the proposed redevelopment of Powell School by the Alabama Trust for Historic Preservation will be terminated. 2, a termination of a deed restrictions under which certain deed restrictions imposed by the city on the Powell School property in connection with the redevelopment agreement will be terminated. 3, a termination of deed restrictions to terminate certain restrictions contained in the original deed of the property to the city. And 4, a revocation of limited power of attorney which granted rights to the city to enforce the terms of the redevelopment agreement and deed restrictions and any other documents required to facilitate the transactions authorized herein, all of which documents are being terminated to enable a proposed new development of the Powell School property. And this is an item of permanent operation, so in order to pass it today, I need unanimous consent.
Motion for unanimous consent.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I'm opposed.
All right, got one no, so we'll hold that item over till next week.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next item.
All right, let's see. Looks like we're going to 61.
We consent 59.
Did we? Let's see.
Oh.
No, we're going to
No.
59. I missed that one. Thank you. All right, item 59 is next.
I knew
A
that.
resolution authorizing the mayor to expend funds in the amount not to exceed $502,000 for the registration of up to 198 neighborhood association officers and volunteers for the city of Birmingham's neighborhood associations, not to exceed 2 per neighborhood association, and 3 CRRs and employees of the city to attend the 2023 Neighborhoods USA Conference in El Paso, Texas, May the 24th, 2023 to May the 27th, 2023. The event will serve to educate and train the neighborhood association officers and CRRs on a vision of communities and provide information that will benefit those seeking resources for community and economic development within the city. Said funding to come from the respective neighborhood associations for an amount not to exceed $5,000 per neighborhood association. Councilors, before we take motion on the item, you note I passed out a revised resolution, and the second page there's highlighted language that was added to outline the reporting factor that was talked about last week. So motion on the item, please.
Second.
All right. Thank you, councilors. Before us is an item that we delayed until today for consideration regarding the amount of $502,000 for registration to send up to 198 neighborhood officers and volunteers to the NUSA conference in El Paso on May 24th. During our discussion last week, we did have discussion regarding we wanted to create a method where those attendees could share information that they received during workshops and attending the meeting. And so you have in front of you a post-evaluation form that has been drafted for this particular meeting that would include a list or description of information that the attendee thought was successful or would work well in his or her neighborhood, as well as lists of any actions or recommendations for improvement for the future of their neighborhood or the city of Birmingham. And there's also a scan code that will be attached that will give them information that lists all the workshops that are part of the meeting. And this particular item was one thing that was part of our discussion. Any further information or questions we have regarding this item? Councilor Williams.
I just want to reiterate my sentiments and statements from the previous council meeting, and that just remember that with over $500,000, there's a lot that we can do in neighborhoods, and sending 200 citizens to El Paso, is that where we're going this year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, El Paso. It might be better served to have a member of each community, which would be 23 people going, or even less, to attend the conference, and then spend $500,000 resurfacing something or redoing a sidewalk or putting in speed cushions or whatever else everyone else in neighborhoods want. I don't know, we could even do a contest and say with this $500,000 we'll put in a sidewalk to whatever school doesn't have one and the kids are walking on the street. I don't know. Or we could go to El Paso. So anyway, that's my objection, and I do appreciate that it has been redone so that there are reports given. But I just wanted to reiterate my objection.
Thank you, councilors. Any other questions or comments? We do have some edits that have been suggested to the proposed form, and the draft would be more descriptive of the sessions, and we'll wordsmith this and we can include those changes, but I'll be sure to get councilors a copy of those edits. Any other comments or questions? Are you ready for the vote yet? Councilor Abbott?
I'm always ready for the vote, but I will say that I am really going to be interested in reading these reports, because I've never been to NUSA, and I would like to. I've been to it here in Birmingham, but not traveled to it. And I'd be curious to see what we're getting out of it.
Yeah, I never went, but I was good also.
My neighborhood's never spent a dime on going to NUSA, but, I know people who've gone and gotten things out of it, so I've met them.
Councilor Moore?
I'll just say I'm hopeful that, the fact that we are, kind of adding some additions to be able to learn about, our neighborhood officers' experience, that, we'll see the benefit of being able to send individuals to NUSA. And so I know that things may have been different in the past, but hopefully moving forward, we'll be able to actually see the benefit of it, and our neighborhoods will benefit from it.
And just to clarify, we've had this requirement in the past, with the exception of last year, and no one has ever actually done the requirement. So just I want to clarify that the requirement's not new, it's just coming back this year.
Thank you. Council Pro Tem?
And maybe that's also something, because I think almost every district has an annual or quarterly meeting with the neighborhood officers. Maybe that's a friendly reminder for them to give us reports, or for them, because I know Council Moore just had one, for them to give, maybe one person just gives a general report. But I still want to, commend those neighborhoods who do use their funds for speed bumps, sidewalks. I just also wish that they can come together and really just replicate what other neighborhoods are. And if you guys can work with us, get a plan to get more people to neighborhood meetings, because it is very hard to get people out information without people going there. getting the communication out about neighborhood meetings. So I don't know what NUSA is about, but I look forward to hearing that information they get from the conference, because honestly, when we go to our conferences, we sit up here and give them an analysis as well. So it's two-way. We're not requiring anybody anything else that we don't do. So thank you, Madam President.
All right, thank you. And I do want to reiterate, I have seen some of the results that came out of the NUSA conference with the Germania Park neighborhood. They went to the meeting, they got the idea of junior code enforcers or enforcement, and we used those youth in the summer to assist with code enforcement, and that was an outtake of that neighborhood attending the meeting. So there are many opportunities there, and by adding this form and then the way that we manage it with the suggestion of Council Pro Tem, there are opportunities to enhance those report backs and get that information back to us. And if we could just get everyone to take this with them, and then that'll be a good tool that they can use with them. Any other comments? All right, Mr. Clerk, we're ready for the vote.
Yes. Councilmember Tate and Councilmember Woods.
All right, thank you. That item passes. I do want to acknowledge members of the CAB. Their leadership is here with us today. Mr. Jimmy Coleman, newly elected officers. Mr. Jimmy Coleman, President. Mr. William Harton, Vice President, and Ms. Adrienne Reynolds, the Secretary. So we appreciate you all being here today. And Mr. Coleman, we've just voted on the item. If you could reserve any comment to our, when we have our speakers, that would be okay. And we'll continue with the agenda. Thank you.
All right.
All right, next item.
Let's see, going to 61. It's on the addendum. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with TBG Southtown Senior LP, under which the city will provide up to $880,000 in home investment partnership funds to provide a rental subsidy for up to 143 affordable senior housing apartments at the Southtown Court Public Housing Redevelopment area. Motion, please.
And could we have 62 and 63 all read through this thing?
62, a resolution authorizing the mayor to issue a firm commitment to allocate $1 million of the city's Section 108 loan funds to TBG Southtown Senior LP for the development of senior affordable housing consisting of up to 143 affordable senior housing apartments on property within the Southtown Court Public Housing Redevelopment area. And item number 63, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the WF Southtown Family LP, under which the city will provide up to $1,761,000 in an amount in community development block grant funds for site work and infrastructure improvements within the Southtown Court Public Housing Redevelopment Project area. Motion on all three items, please.
Second.
All right, items before you.
All right, thank you, councilors. These two items again reflect the improvements that will be made with the Southtown, we'll call it project, but the Southtown housing development. And we did hear a full presentation of this during Committee of the Whole. And this is also, of course, being recommended by the Director of Community Development. Are there any additional questions you may have or need any information about this item? These items? All right, we're ready for the vote.
It's open. Councilmember Tate?
Yes.
Councilmember Woods? All right, that vote should be up.
Thank you very much. That item passes. We do want to acknowledge Ms. Foster and her team with the Housing Authority. And Ms. Foster, we thank you all for your presence today. We look forward to what is going to life-changing changes over in that area for those residents. So thank you all for your diligence on behalf of those residents. Thank you. Thank you, councilors. This is wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Right, next item.
Old and new business or speakers?
All right, thank you. Councilors, we do have one speaker, or presentation, excuse me. We're ready for presentations. We do have one presentation today that's going to be led by Councilor LaTanya Tate, District 9. Councilor Tate? Yes, you can do whichever. As she comes, this is a special presentation on a project regarding former University of Alabama football players.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning, colleagues. I want to call up Mr. Steve Skipper and Pastor Chris Erskine. And I'm just going to read just a general statement. Back on June the 28th, 2022, Pastor Chris Erskine presented to the mayor and the city council the University of Alabama's only black commissioned artist, Mr. Steve Skipper. He talked to us about the 50th anniversary of the integration of the University of Alabama football program. Mayor Wolfen presented 3 challenge coins, one for Mr. Steve Skipper, and the other coins went to Wilbur Jackson and John Mitchell. They were the first black football players to join the University of Alabama football program. So they are back here today to give us an update on everything that has happened since we last seen them. So I'm going to step out the way and invite Mr. Steve Skipper to the mic, please.
Good morning.
Good morning. I wasn't prepared to speak. I was going to let the preacher preach. But I'm honored to be here this morning. And the project that we did on the integration of the football team at the University of Alabama was a huge success. And not only with the artwork that was done to commemorate the integration of the football team, but we also segued that into a book, a commemorative book that told the story of the integration of the football team at Alabama. As you know, there are a lot of myths that's out there of what caused Coach Bryant to integrate the football team. We wanted to do a book that would tell the full story of why he did what he did. And so the truth would be out there. And at the same time, the story is so rich in its tradition that we felt like the school children needed to know the truth about this part of the city of Birmingham history. And that bringing together of races and the fulfillment of a dream of Dr. King, and how the black kids and the white kids did join together and to do something great, not only at the University of Alabama, but something that affected the culture of the South. And we're here to talk to you about that a little bit further. I'm going to let Pastor Erskine go a little bit further than this.
Madam President, the entire council, Mayor Wolfen and his office, I've been designated as a spokesperson for these great gentlemen, and happy to do so. 8 months ago, we were here before you, and I know you hear a lot of complaints. I know you hear a lot of insults, but we're here today to commend you and thank you. Before the world came to Birmingham, you thought it important to recognize this project. You gave medals, you gave commendations and letters, and that was wonderful. But we felt a sense of obligation to come back with a completed project. As Mr. Skipper mentioned, Mr. Ricky Davis, who is here, was on that team. He is a product of Bessemer, Alabama. His school was integrated, Lanier, and he was on that team with these 2 outstanding gentlemen and others who came. This book that we're presenting, we come bearing gifts. We're presenting a book to each of you all, starting with the mayor and each of you as city councilors, because of the commitment that you made to this project. But because of the heightening awareness of reading in our city among our students, we're also challenging each of you all to place these not only in your personal libraries, but also in the libraries in the districts that you serve, as well as the libraries in the schools that are in your district. If we're going to combat race reconciliation, it's going to start not from the bottom up, but from the top down. And as leaders, real leaders eat last. And if we're going to make sure that this message is sent, that's our challenge to you. We're going to present one of these to each of your chiefs of staffs, and then we're going to make ourselves available to you if you need to have conversations. Continue with us. I know Councilor Moore and I have a great relationship, and his leadership with education. So however this can serve to make sure that our city is better than the past that it has had, we issue that challenge to you all today, and thank you so very much for allowing us to come.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you very much.
That concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much. We're very glad to have these gentlemen with us and for the work that you've done, and look forward to reading the book and knowing that that'll be shared with students here in the city. That is wonderful. Thank you very much. All right, at this time, counselors will entertain your comments regarding each of your districts or any updates you have from your district. And so if we could start with Councilor Woods, are you ready? Stay ready. Stay ready.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam President. A couple of announcements. Do want to make sure everybody's aware that the Echo Highlands neighborhood will meet this Thursday at 7 p.m. They're meeting virtually. The Spring Lake neighborhood will meet also this Thursday at 6:30 p.m. They're meeting virtually, but also will be at the Huffman High School Library. So definitely invite everybody out to participate. But would like to celebrate our Huffman High School boys basketball team. They finished in the Elite Eight this year, so had a great season. Very proud of the development growth that they had this year, but had an Elite Eight finished. And we want to further celebrate our Huffman High School girls who have lost in regionals the last few years and finally got over the hump, and they are Final Four bound. They'll be playing on tomorrow for a chance to bring back home a championship, and so excited about that team. They got a very great team, very well coached, so very excited. They're a young team too, so hopefully we can, well, I want to put next year on them, but hopefully we can just finish strong this year and bring a trophy home. So thank you, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Councilor Williams.
Thank you. Economic Development and Tourism Committee's work session will be Tuesday, March the 7th at 11:30 in Conference Room D. Please submit all items to India Bailey at india.bailey@birminghamal.gov no later than Thursday the 2nd. And that is all we got. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Clark.
Well, in District 8, we've got the Bush Hills Neighborhood Meeting tonight at 6:30 p.m. via Zoom. Jeez. So please go to www.bushhills.org to get the link for the Zoom meeting. You can also plan to join us and the Black Warrior Riverkeeper as we take the Be Litter Free campaign to the historic Smithfield community. We will meet on March 11th at Lot F at Legion Field and move from there out into both the Graymont and College Hills neighborhoods, and this is rescheduled from last month due to rain. The registration starts at 9:30 a.m. with the cleanup starting at 10. Also, please note that tonight the Safe Haven program that the city has sponsored with the Parks and Recreation Department will have they will be presenting a Black History Month program entitled A Tribute to Overcoming Adversities in Our Community. That will be at 6 p.m. this evening at the Central Park Recreation Center. If you're able, please come out and support our youth. We're still walking, y'all. So if y'all want to come join me, we meet up at the Crossplex with a representative from Freshwater Land Trust each Thursday about 5 minutes till 8, and we do about a 1.25 mile loop around the Crossplex. It's not only a great way to get moving, but you don't have to walk alone. You can get to know your neighbors and also learn about the proposed Valley Creek Rails to Trail project that's going to happen. We pray on the west side. and we have a good time, and all paces are welcome. And this is my broken record part. The Birmingham Parks and Recreation Department is looking for lifeguards, and we can only open pools if we have enough lifeguards. And yes, we are working to repair the pools so that 13 will be repaired, but we can only open as many as we have lifeguards for. But there has been a partnership with the YMCA that is, looking promising. But if you know any people, minimum age 16, who want to train and get certified as a lifeguard to do this seasonal work, our community pools could really use their help. So spread the word. You can contact Terry Sewell Harris at 205-254-2189 for more information. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Clark. Councilor Moore.
Thank you, Madam President. We have a couple of neighborhood association meetings that will take place next week. We have the Birmingham Heights, Collegeville, Maple Grove, and Zion City neighborhoods that will have their neighborhood associations. They take place each first Monday of the month. And so Birmingham Heights will take place at 7 p.m., Collegeville at 6:30, Maple Grove at 6 p.m., and Zion City at 6:30 p.m. as well. And so all the details concerning those neighborhood association meetings can be found at on the Birmingham City Council page, on the District 4 page at the bottom. So you can find those conference call numbers as well as those locations. Outside of neighborhood association meetings, we actually in District 4 just had our State of the District meeting where I was able to sit down with each of our neighborhood officers and just kind of share with them some of the pertinent information concerning their different neighborhoods. So sharing with them, different capital projects that are currently in the queue, all the street resurfacing, demolitions, things that, we constantly get calls about. Of course, folks are excited to have that information, but at the same time, they want to be able to see things done. And so we were glad that we were able to have that meeting just to be able to, to level set with everyone and to, like I said, get them that information, but then also let them know what's coming down the pipeline. Was a great opportunity also to just introduce to them, a new concept that we're trying to do in District 4, which is, rolling out regional meetings. I know that currently we have, communities that come together and meet with one another. But, as you all know, counselors, we have several communities that overlap with different districts, several neighborhoods that overlap with different districts. And so trying to find a way to be more efficient with meeting with the neighborhoods that are within District 4. So that, we can, like I said, just have those neighborhoods to be able to collaborate with one another and work together. We have several neighborhoods that are close to each other that have some of the same issues, some of the same challenges, and, want some of the same things. And so why not bring those neighborhoods together so that we can not only work on those different issues together, but then also utilize some of the same neighborhood dollars and neighborhood funds to address the things that matter most to them. And so we also got a chance to, get some headshots. And so I'm looking forward to being able to really highlight my neighborhood officers and really showcase them because, they're doing some great things in the neighborhood. And I want people to know exactly who they are so that, folks will really want to be a part of neighborhood association. So I want to say thank you to all of my neighborhood officers out there in District 4. Last but not least, this weekend, Creed 3 is coming out. Ain't got nothing to do with the city, nothing like that. I just wanted to let y'all know. Creed 3 coming out. That's where y'all will find me on Friday. And yeah, that concludes my report.
Next weekend. Next weekend.
Got you.
Thank you, Counselor. And congrats on your meeting yesterday. I saw pictures and it looked like you had a great crowd. So thank you. Counselor Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President. The Planning and Zoning meeting will be next Wednesday, March 8th, in the council chambers. The Crestwood South neighborhood meets tonight at Crestwood Tavern. Councilor Williams, is it 6 o'clock?
That meeting is
Oops. Ooh, I am a day late. Well, it doesn't matter then. Next Monday, the Glen Iris neighborhood meeting occurs at 6:30 at St. Elias Maronite Catholic Church, but they also meet via Zoom. So if you can't make it to the meeting, you can watch it and participate via Zoom. It gets a little better each time. Glen Iris neighborhood is also having a cleanup this weekend. Everyone is meeting at the dog park in George Ward Park at 9 a.m. to clean up as much of the park as can be cleaned up in 2 or 3 hours, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned, especially in the stream where everyone seems to want to throw their trash. If you have any concerns or issues, you should call 311 unless it's a police-related issue. My BHAM 311 is our app. It works very well. You can attach pictures, which I find to be great fun. You can get the app at the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And so there's just really no excuse not to turn things in when you see them. I do want to say that also that today is my granddaughter's birthday, so I want to wish her a happy 22nd birthday. Oh, to be so young and so pretty. So, and it's also my nephew's birthday today, so that we have two family get-togethers, and I'm sorry about that announcement about Crestwood South. It must be a age thing, maybe. Yeah, well, that's true, and I miss that one a lot because it's in a bar. Anyway, yeah, that's why you're there. So it's good. This works out well. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mrs. Abbott. Dr. O'Quinn.
Thank you, Madam President. Want to start out by congratulating Mayor Woodfin and the staff of our Birmingham Department of Transportation, as well as the leadership over at BJCTA. As some of you guys will recall, last summer, Federal Secretary of the Department of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, visited Birmingham to announce a new federal program called Reconnecting Communities. That the purpose of the program is to do exactly what the program name is reconnect communities. So across lots of cities across the country, there have been, instances where transportation infrastructure, primarily highways and rail lines, have divided communities. So this program was created to specifically address those issues. The city of Birmingham put in an application in partnership with the BJCTA, and this morning we've received notice that our application has been selected to be funded. Yes, so it's the total funding is $1 million, and it will be going specifically towards planning to evaluate where in the city of Birmingham we have those issues that need to be addressed. So again, congratulations. Also want to thank Rev Birmingham for hosting a conversation yesterday where we discussed autonomous vehicles and public transportation. We had guests from a company whose name is a little bit odd, but it's called Beep. Beep is an industry leader in autonomous vehicles for public transportation. The best analogy that I've heard is they're like the public transportation equivalent of like an airline company. Airlines use, whatever vehicles are appropriate for different, connections. So they buy, planes from different manufacturers from all over the world, and they build out a service around those vehicles in the airports. Beep is the equivalent in the autonomous vehicle sector specifically for public transportation. In any case, we had a lot of folks there. Councilor Woods was able to join me. And just want to thank everyone who attended and participated in that conversation. If you would like more information, you can reach out to my staff, specifically Kimberly Phillips. Kimberly.phillips@birminghamal.gov is her email address. And then finally, just want to let folks know that Fountain Heights Neighborhood Association will meet tonight at 6 p.m. at the Fountain Heights Rec Center, and Crestwood North Neighborhood Association will meet at 6:30 p.m. at Girls Incorporated. Thank you, and that concludes my announcement.
Thank you, Dr. O'Quinn. Madam Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. I guess we have a lot of birthdays this week, but Thursday is my father's birthday, so I want to say happy birthday to my father. And then my brother's birthday is actually Saturday, so happy birthday to both of the Rogers. They are actually, both of their names are Roger. Also, I want to congratulate Madam President on her appointment as Vice Chair of the National League of Cities Large Council. That's really huge because the large council comprises of all the cities across the nation. Was it 200,000 and up? So that's really big, so congratulations. As far as neighborhood meetings, the Woodland Park, usually they have their meeting the last Monday of the month, but they moved it to Monday, March 6th. They will meet virtually. The call-in number is 727-731-3972. The next PIC meeting is next Tuesday, March 7th at 2 p.m. in the council chambers. Submissions are due tomorrow by noon. Email submissions to ethan.harris@birminghamal.gov. The next Budget and Finance meeting will meet Monday, March 13th at 3:30 p.m. Submissions are due Wednesday, March 8th by noon. Submissions received after noon will be placed on the next Budget and Finance agenda. Email submissions to laquita.wilson and ethan.harris@birminghamal.gov. We had two very successful events, especially this past Friday. This is my second year partnering with the Red Mountain Theater, and the program is called Youth Speak, a celebration of Black History Month. We had students from Holy Family, Ramsey High School, Huffman Middle, Huffman High School, Hudson K-8, and Carver High School. We had the orchestra from Carver. We had poetry from Huffman High School. We had our babies and middle schoolers. They did like a reenactment or told about their favorite historical figures. We had singing, drama. It was amazing, y'all. And you can actually watch it on the Birmingham City Council Facebook page. So I really want to commend those kids. They did so good, and I look forward to it next year. And hopefully, counselors, I know, I'll try to make it lunchtime because it was like that last year. I would love for y'all to come next year because we almost have a school in every district, and we're trying to expand it out some more. And these kids are so good, y'all. Like they almost moved us to tears the way they were able to perform. I know you're big with the arts, but they did really good, so I was proud of them. And then we did a community resource fair with the Arthur Williams program this past Saturday. Also, I would like to say, I know Chief already mentioned it, Ramsey Rams boys basketball team, they have advanced to the Final Four. I think my dad told me I was supposed to say this is the road to the blue map, because I think that's what you get when you win the championship. Yep. So they will play Charles Henderson tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. at Legacy Arena. Please come support them, especially last year at Ramsey. They unfortunately, just the way they lost the championship, I think was really hard on them, but they seem to be really good. They have a lot of heart. We have Karen T on the team and Jalen, so come support them and the Huffman girls tomorrow. Build Up Community will have an open house on Thursday, March 2nd. They're located at 222 6th Avenue Southwest. Also, I would like to say congratulations to Dr. Roberts, who educates women through her practice as well as through Not on Our Watch. Her Birmingham-based nonprofit foundation is dedicated to teaching young ladies about their bodies. The organization will host an event for young ladies at Jackson Olin High School on Saturday, March 18th from 10 to noon. And we also have a video from the Black History Month program that we play at the end of council meeting. And then lastly, Stream Innovations, they this month, well, it's not month yet, next month in March, they will be at West End Library for Checkout Stream. It is 3rd through 6th graders, and that will be on March 1st, 8th, 15th, and 29th from 3:30 to 4:30. And then they will have their Stream Saturday where they will highlight different fields of STREAM. And STREAM stands for Science, Technology, Reading, Engineering, Art, and Math. And they will provide breakfast and lunch, and they will be able to take home a new gadget or creation. The time is 9:30 to 1:30, and the date is Saturday, March 18th. The topic is health, and the location is actually in Madam President's District, a Greater Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, but it services the West End community. And you can go to their website, streaminnovations.org. And then for all other information, go to our website, www.d6bham.com. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Before I provide updates from District 7, I do want to thank Councilor Woods and the Government Affairs Committee. One of the items that we approved today was our legislative agenda. Thank you for the work that you did to have those items included, and they were submitted with the mayor for our Birmingham list of agenda items. It works. I was actually at a meeting this weekend and had several members of the legislature to come up and talk to us about primarily one of our bills that we're hoping that will be introduced, and we already have a sponsor for the exhibition driving. So there's a lot of interest there before they go into session about that. So thank you all for your work on that. Councilor Clark, I also want to echo your comments about, is it rails to trail or trail to rail? Rails to trail?
Rails to trail.
Rails to trails. Very excited to see that extension coming to the western section of Birmingham. We actually have some parts from Lipscomb that will come over into Roosevelt and hook us up over there. So I had a meeting yesterday where we looked at the entire stream of those trails. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you for the support that you're going to be giving, and I plan on giving some support, joining you in some of that support as well. So thank you very much. Here are for District 7, I do want to give special thanks to the National Sorority of Phi Delta Kappa Incorporated, the new chapter. They had their Black Legacy Luncheon on Saturday, and we were very excited to extend greetings to their Southeast Regional Director, Mrs. Rose P. Anderson. If you're not familiar with the National Sorority of Phi Delta Kappa, this is a national educational sorority. Most of our educators in the city of Birmingham, if they are not a member now, they have been members of this, and they do a lot of great work in our community. Just a little known fact, as we come out of Black History Month, we do have one member, Mrs. Leela Hobson, who's 105 years of age, and she's one of their most notably tenured member, along with Mrs. Peggy Fawkes Miles. So a lot of work they do, and they continue their support of education and our youth, even beyond retirement. So we thank them. I was honored to be among the honorees where I received the Education Award. Not quite sure why, but I do want to thank them as not being an educator. But I do thank them for recognizing, thank you, just recognizing support that we give as a council to our local schools. So thank them very much for that. We do have some bulk trash being picked up this week. On Wednesday, we'll have the bulk trash pickup scheduled for Jones Valley, Hillman Park, and West Brownsville. So that's tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we have bulk trash pickup for the Oxmoor Valley or the Sand Ridge neighborhood. So please ready your items and get those out so that you can get that trash picked up. Our first neighborhood meeting for the month of March, that will be Friday. The Jones Valley neighborhood will meet at the Powderly Library at 4 p.m. Again, if you miss a pickup, dial 205-254-6312, or you can call us up on the D7 hotline at 205-304-1797. But like Mrs. Abbott, I just encourage everyone to use the new 311 app. Before you even call the office, you can already take a picture. You can send it straight there. They have a triage method where when you send your issue, they determine what department that should go to. You get a lot of other information because as you sign up for that, you will learn what if the same issue is being reported by one of your neighbors, and they do give some follow-up to let you know that your item has been assigned and who it's been assigned to. So I just can't encourage you enough to use that. It is working. At this time, those are my announcements for District 7. At this time, we will draw attention to the speakers list. I do want to, councilors, if you allow me, I would like to ask Mr. Jimmy Coleman. He just wanted to come up at this time, and you wanted to introduce your leadership team that's with you here today, Mr. Coleman. If you all will allow him before we go to the speakers list. Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Abbott.
While Mr. Coleman is coming, I neglected to say that the cutoff date for the Design Review Committee, I've already made 2 announcements. This will be the 3rd, but we've set a cutoff date of March 10th.
Thank you, March 10th.
For people to send their resumes.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Coleman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Got 2 chiefs in here today.
Those are
Chief
joint
Mitchell.
chiefs. Yes.
And should I do what now?
I said those are our joint chiefs of staff.
Oh, okay. And we want to thank President Council for letting us speak just for a few seconds. Good to see you, Ms. Abbott. I'm trying to retire. You don't know. I retired once, they brought me right back. But I can look around up here, I can tell I was around when most of y'all was born. That one was born, that one was born. Ooh, especially that one. Daddy always used to get on me about it. But I want to congratulate Roger on his birthday. You didn't say how old he was now. I don't do it, because I'll tell him.
I know.
Well, I done reached that 4 score. A lot of people said 3 score and 10. But what about 4 score?
All right.
So 4 score plus. And I just want to thank all you for letting us come up. Mr. Moore, Ms. Clark, Ms. Abbott, we're taking volunteers now for Metro Change, and we need help. I didn't get up here to say that, but we do need help in each one of these districts. Volunteers. World Changers done moved out on us. They were not going to send us but 1 week of people. So we're talking about 600, maybe 900 people. So we're going to need each council to come out and get up on a ladder and do a little hammering. Mr. William. So I just want to say that. But anyway, I want to introduce my new Vice President. Come on, Doc.
Good morning, Council. My name is William Harden. I'm the East Pinson Valley Community President and the Echo Highlands Neighborhood President in District 1.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Adrian Reynolds. I'm president of Enon Ridge Neighborhood in District 9, and I'm also president of Smithfield Community, and I'm secretary for the Citizens Advisory Board.
I used to give, well, we're going to meet the council as a whole. I tell, when the president come to my meeting, or our meeting, I say use the 3 B's. Be brief, be prepared, and be seated. Oh, Quinn know about that too. I tell him all the time. But anyway, we just appreciate you guys. That's what you do for us. And we like to be in on whenever, you make a decision, we just like to be a part of that decision, if you don't mind. I'm talking about the neighborhood officer. I'm talking about the 23 communities. If we can just be there, so when we come up with a form like this, we just like to be a part of it. Maybe we can add something to it. I heard someone say, well, what do we get out of going to Noosa? We got the Brownfield out of Noosa. We got the Block Watch Association out of Noosa. We got the police teams out of Noosa. We got the Green Wave. We talked about gardens and all of that. We got all of that out of Noosa. We didn't get it out of Birmingham, although Birmingham is one of the oldest cities that in Noosa. So, you know, we have a charter, I think it's in Ohio now, used to be in Kansas, but you had to have a charter somewhere so that you can get the 501c3 money, I think it is. But anyway, we just want to make sure you guys know we don't go there just to party, like Mr. Cole. I didn't say that. I just want to let you guys know that when we do go to Noosa, we go there for a reason. We go there to learn something, come back, and we do. Pass it out to the neighborhood, give the neighborhoods all they want, all that we have got. You know, but we want the council to act on something. Brownfield came out of Noosa. A lot of you don't know what Brownfield is. That's when we go and clean up places like old U.S. Pipe Shop, old Birmingham Stolen Range, bring dirt, new car, old Hudson School. We haul all that dirt in there to build Hudson School up out of the floodplain. That was Brownfield out of Cleveland, Ohio. They built 40-some miles of nothing but brownfield. They hauled all that dirt in there and got them out of the floodplain. So that's why we go to Noosa. And we want you to continue to send them to Noosa because I wish I had somebody that I could send now to go in my place because I be with those grandkids. That's correct.
That represent us also.
All right.
We used to have 7. Because we had so many delegates, we could vote whoever we wanted to be on the Noosa board. They complain so much, but every time they open the door, they say, well, we got to get Birmingham here. You know, we don't have enough money for the hotel. We don't have enough money for this. Let's get Birmingham involved. So now
all right, thank you. You're not on the mic, but thank you, Mr. Coleman.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
I got to run because... Thank you, Council. I appreciate you.
We collectively, I know we are grateful for your service. We applaud you on your reelection and the service that you're going to bring. And we will be working with you. We're going to we're going to dedicate the committee of the whole meeting, our next committee of the whole, to work with you all on the changes you submitted for the CPP and then how we can get this document to be a living document within that particular plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Council.
Look forward to working with y'all on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, Mr. Clerk, do you want to call up our, I think we had one speaker.
Last name, mate.
Thank you, ma'am. As you come forward, we have 3 minutes, and if you just give us your name and address, and we'll hear your issue. Good morning.
I come before you again. My name is Bridget Mae Adams. I'm speaking on Pratt City. Okay, we're patch city because every 4, 5, 7 feet in the street is a patch. So while y'all paving the streets, I'm like, can y'all please just resurface a whole street in Pratt City and not just continue to put patches? I'm here because I have nowhere else to go. I can't go to Miss Tate because she lied to me in my face.
Ma'am, if you won't make it personal, if you just talk with your issue.
I'm not making it personal. She may have misspoke because she may have gotten some information that the city gave her, but it just intensified my feelings with the city of Birmingham because I have been lied to for the past 25 years from Birmingham City regarding Pratt City. So I spoke last time. I want to speak to the mayor. Is his man here? Because I'm needing guidance. I'm needing directions because I'm not the enemy of the mayor. I love the magic that he's bringing back to the city of Birmingham. However, it's not coming to Pratt City, and that's my concern. I'm needing guidance as far as what can I do to help Pratt City. I'm looking for directions to see what can I do to help the mayor help Pratt City. I'm needing directions because whatever Pratt City has been doing for the past 25 years, it's not right. So if you want something different, you got to do something different. So I'm here standing up to do something different. And I need to speak to the mayor because there's nobody else here that I trust. He's the HNIC. He's the one in charge. So I just need to know what do I need to do.
Miss May, I'm going to just go ahead. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. The decorum here, this is a public setting. It is a business setting. And so I would like to ask you, the mayor's office is down the hall. They have a receptionist where
and
you
I've
can make
done
that.
that 3 times.
Okay.
I've asked 3 times for a meeting, and I haven't gotten one. I've gone through all the procedures.
Okay.
I've filled out the paperwork. So other than coming here, where else do y'all want me to go? I don't want to go to Fox 6. I don't want to go to 3340. I don't want to go through all of that. I'm asking for directions and guidance that I need to help Pratt City. And if I don't come here, where else I'm going to go? I've asked for a meeting with the mayor. This is my 3rd time. I can't go back to Miss Tate. She misspoke.
Okay.
So
again,
what can I do?
Thank you, Miss May. We appreciate you. Thank you.
With anything? I don't have anything?
No, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay.
At this time, we want to thank our officers on duty, Officer Cedric Pinkert, Marvin Holt, and Elaster Taylor. Excuse me. Thank you very much. At this time, council is going to entertain a motion for adjournment.
Second. All in favor, let it know by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, today was just awesome. So welcome to District 6. We're at Red Mountain Theater Program. And so this is our 2nd year of Youth Speak, celebration of Black History. Clap it up for that. So we actually expanded. Last year we only had Ramsey High School, but this year, in addition to Ramsey, we had Holy Family High School, Huffman Middle, Huffman High School, Carver, Hudson, but we had about 6 or 7 schools, so we had almost a school from each quadrant of Birmingham. Shout out to Keith and Allie with Red Mountain. They really made sure these kids were prepared. And Mr. Hill from the Flourish program.
I have no shame in my blackness. And why should I? Because it makes you uncomfortable. That I'm unapologetically myself and you don't have nothing I need.
It was just so amazing. I was moved to tears from the singing to the acting to the orchestra to spoken word. This was so amazing. And really be able to see our kids express themselves in a positive way. That was my whole goal with everything going on. We need to give our youth a voice because I feel like adults, we get all the opportunities right now. Like right now I have the opportunity as an adult to express how I feel about Black History Month, but they need an opportunity as well. So I'm so proud of them. I can't wait for year 3. It's going to be bigger and better. And once again, guys, happy Black History Month. Thank you.
City Council. Follow along with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Stay safe, Birmingham.
Hey, good evening. Councilor Clinton Woods here. So excited. We're at Sun Valley Elementary School on a Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, for Donuts with Fathers. And it's this incredible guy here. We're literally running out of space here in the lunchroom. It really warms my heart to see so many fathers here showing up. I think that is one of the most important pieces of the community. Very, very privileged to just come in and speak to these fathers tonight about the importance of being in their child's life. I truly believe that many of the issues that we see in our communities can be solved for more fathers literally being present, being involved, and setting that accountability. And so excited to see so many men here tonight and excited to be able to speak to them. So we're going to get some donuts and have a great time. So we'll check back in with you.
And talking to some of our kids, as they come in the office, one of the things that I find with our kids is when I say, who do you want me to call? If they've gotten in trouble, who do you want me to call? And they say, don't call my dad. And that let me know those dads are so important.
You know, I want to raise my kids to go into a room, not be swayed. Like if you've decided something is right, nobody should be able to move you off your spot. Nobody should be able to, you know, no peer pressure, things like that should be able to impact you if you've already decided what the right thing to do is.
John, we met a while ago. Remember when he was in first grade? A baby. It's good to see you.
And a child's confidence is largely tied to their father. You know, fathers, studies show it, history shows it. Children with fathers involved in their lives are more likely to have a higher level of self-confidence. They're more likely to have a higher level of emotional strength. And that is a direct correlation to the father's impact. And so, you know, we really can't look and diminish that value because, you know, you look at how important it is and what's at stake. You know, your child's life, their future, so much of that rests on your shoulders. And we want to make sure that we are there to make sure that confidence is there, that self-control. We still have the ability to impact this situation and make sure that all of our kids are able to grow and be effective citizens, and not just really, you know, be effective citizens. We want to be great.
And for more from the Birmingham City Council, follow along with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.